Hello, everybody. Nice to see everybody here at our Virtual Academy ELD channel. Today well, every time I put down the pen, you could go ahead and pause the video and we're going to do a character profile. So we're going to talk a little bit about it, write a little bit about it. Then I'm going to write a lot that you don't have to write, but you'll get it. I'll explain as I go on. So as we start, I want to go ahead in the middle of my page. I'm going to write character profile. Can you go ahead and write that, please? Excellent. And you'll notice character has CH that make the sound. Usually the CH makes the ch sound, but here it's a little bit different. So we're going to do a character profile. There's going to be a lot of notes, a lot of arrows. It's going to look a little bit messy, but that's okay. And I want to make sure we have a spot here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little spot here for our picture that we're going to do at the end of our character profile. Go ahead and make a box. It doesn't matter if it's on up, down, whatever. Make a box and label it picture, please. Excellent, excellent, great job. All right. And so let's talk about a character profile. So profile is you're talking about someone, or it could be a fact or fiction, and you are describing them. You're describing their character. You're describing how they look. You're describing how they think. You're describing how they behave. And a character profile helps create a character for great books, for great movies. You can't have a good movie or a good TV show or a good book without a good character. And if you have a bunch of good characters, that's even better. So why don't we go ahead and why don't we write that? Good stories have great characters. Why don't you go ahead and write that sentence? Start with the capital and end with the period. Good stories have great characters. Go ahead. All right. And so for this part we're going to do right now, this is going to be part one. There's going to be 3 total videos for this character profile, intermediate level for a 6th to 12th grade. For this one, we're going to talk about external traits. We're going to talk about external traits. So we're going to talk about external traits. Go ahead and write that. Excellent. So external means on the outside. It's physical traits. What kind of hair? How tall? How do they dress? How do they look? It's an external trait. Okay. So it's not so much about what they like or don't like. That's internal. That's inside. You can't tell what someone thinks just by looking at them. External means on the outside. And so for this exercise, we are going to write a fictional character. We're going to make up a fictional character for a children's sorry, the apostrophe should go after, for a children's story. We are going to write a fictional character for a children's story. Go ahead and copy that, please. All right, so we're gonna save this picture for the end. I'm gonna switch papers. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can actually, you know what? I'm not gonna switch papers. I'm just gonna switch colors. Let me see if I'm gonna change pens. Yes, perfect. All right. So I'm gonna write a lot of words here. You do not have to write all the words because what we're gonna do is you're gonna pick 1 or 2 and write those 1 or 2 words. So as we make up our character, you are not writing this. Everything I write in this pen, you are not writing. I'm going to write, you're watching me. I'm going to write species. So what kind of character is this? Is this a, hold on, I see some light here. Is this a person? Is this a type of animal? Is this a like a fictional character, maybe like an alien or a robot? What kind of character is it going to be? So what I want you to do is I want you to pick what kind of character it's going to be. You don't have to write all four of these words. Is it going to like fictional? Is it going to be a mermaid? Is it going to be a, so what type of animal? So go ahead and write down what kind of species is going to be. You're only writing one, you're going to write the word species and you're going to pick one of these. Go ahead and do that. Excellent. So I picked for mine, I pick animal, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to specify for my story. For my story, okay? So for my story, and I'm doing different arrows. You could do it however you want as long as the information is there. For my story, it's going to be an elephant. My story is going to be an elephant. Can you let me know what type of species your story your character is going to be? Perfect, excellent. So also, if I run out of room, if you run out of room, just use another piece of paper. I'm kind of going to square some of this it's going to be kind of a mess at the end. Down here, I'm going to put gender. I'm going to put gender. Okay. And so for gender, I mean, is it a man? Is this a woman? Is the character unisex? I'm thinking like a robot or something, what kind of gender, or is if they're younger, boy, girl, what if it's like an animal, do we know? Because there's some characters that they don't really say. I'm thinking of the children's book with an elephant. There's like a first grade book. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a little pig and an elephant. And I don't know if there's a gender there. So but this is for you to decide because we are creating a character. That's what we're doing. We're creating a character. So go ahead and pick. You don't have to write all of this for my character. All you're going to do is you're going to write gender and you're going to write which gender, your character is. Or if you don't want to state, you could also put unknown or unsaid. So I'm going to go ahead for mine. I'm going to pick my character is going to be it's an elephant and it's going to be a man. That's mine. Go ahead and write the word gender and then write one. Remember, yours shouldn't always be the same as mine. You're making your own character. I'm making my own character. So go ahead and pick something for the gender of your character. Excellent. So far for me, my character is an elephant and it's a man. So it's a man. And sometimes you might want to put male or female because mine is going to be like an elephant in my head. My elephant's going to dress up like a person, dress up in little business suits. It's going to be like a person um, that's fully moves as a human, but he's really an elephant. That's mine. Okay. So then we're going to go ahead and put age. You're going to decide your character. You're going to decide is the character an unknown age? You're not writing everything. The only word you have to write is age. Is your character a baby, maybe a superpower baby? Is your character a child? Is your character a teenager? Is your character a young adult? Is your character a young adult? Or maybe young adult is usually like in the 20s, 18, 19, and then throughout the 20s. Is your character an adult? Is your character like middle age? So like 40s? Or is your character a senior, like older? What's the age? Senior is usually like 65 plus. 65 plus. So you're going to write the word age and you're going to pick one of these, or if there's something I haven't written, go ahead and write that. So you're only writing one of these words. So so for me, I would only write for mine what's in yellow. You don't have to write everything. All right. So all you have to do is write age and pick one of these. Go ahead. Okay, perfect. So for me, my man elephant is going to be middle-aged. That's going to be mine. So right now, I would love it if you guys are in a class. I would love you to have a sentence, and I would love you to say a sentence out loud. If you're at home, you could just unmute yourself. My character is a male elephant who is middle-aged. Can you say that sentence with your information? You could say my character is a person, is a little boy who is a toddler or a child. Go ahead, and if you are in a group, go unmute yourself and take turns, raise your Zoom hand, and let us know about your character so far. Perfect. All right, we're going to get more into how this person looks. We're going to get a little more into how they look. So I'm going to go ahead is let's write the word height. I do want you to write the word height because it's a tricky word. E-I-G-H-T. Height. Okay. Are they tall? Are they short? Are they average? Are they average? What is the height of the person? Are they gigantic? Is this going to be about like some baby giant? Right? It's your character. I do want you to write the word height, H-E-I-G-H-T, because that is a tricky word. And I want you to pick one of these heights, or if there's a different word you would like to use, go ahead. Maybe, yeah, go ahead and pick the one you want. Okay. I'm going to pick for my elephant, my male elephant in his 40s. I'm going to make him of average height, average height. All right. And so I'm going to go over here, this little skinny box. Yours might look different than mine. That is okay. That is okay. I'm gonna write here, I'm gonna write the word, I'm gonna put body. How am I going? So we are going to do a picture at the end, right? I'm going to write the word body, and I'm going to give you some options. Is your character fit? Is your character average? Is your character slim? Is your character athletic or muscular? Imagine an athletic elephant. That would be interesting. That would be an interesting character. Is your character kind of fluffy or chunky? Is your character, like if it's a robot, is the body shiny? Is the body kind of square? Or, is the body kind of rectangular? How would you, as you imagine your character, which one of these would you use? And guess what? For some of these, you could use more than one. That's fine. Go ahead, write the word body and pick one of those, or make your own. Excellent. So for mine, I'm going to pick a little fluffy, maybe chunky. My character is a man. He's middle aged. He probably, in my mind, this elephant has a pot belly. He's just a lovable character in my mind. In my mind. Okay. So we have what's the species of your character? Is it a mermaid? Is it a whale? Is it a person? Well, what's the species? Is it a Martian? We have a gender of your character. We have a height of your character. We have a type of body. We have an age. And at the end, when you actually write your character and your character profile in part 3, you could change any of this. This is mainly so we have an idea. So we have an idea. All right. All right. So next, I'm going to go ahead and how does your character I'm going to do a little box here. How does your character dress? How do they dress, right? Now, of course, if your character is like a robot, they might not have actual clothes, but they might, or they might have some type of accessory. Imagine like a robot with a pencil behind the ear or something like that. If so, whatever it is, write that down, but I'm going to give you some ideas. Does your character dress formal, like fancy? Do they dress kind of sloppy, like sweats with holes, um, which is me right now? Do they dress sporty, right? Do they dress kind of relaxed, pajama bottoms and loose t-shirts? Do they do they dress mismatched? Do they like to have like a bright red shirt and bright purple pants, right? Is their clothes kind of loose? Is their clothes kind of tight? How do they dress? If do they dress kind of like royalty? Do they have like princessy dress, everything, with your traditional princessy characters, right? Pink and fluffy and whatever. However, how does your character dress? So you're gonna write the word dress and you could use one of mine, or you can make your own and add your own details because this is your character profile. Go ahead. Perfect. I'm gonna put here, actually, my character is gonna wear a uniform. I'm gonna put uniform for mine. And it's gonna be like a self-imposed uniform because he decide like sometimes you have to wear a uniform for a job. Everyone has to wear the same shirt, but sometimes there's some people that they have like what was it, Steve Jobs? He would always wear a black turtleneck. No one made him, he just did it all the time. So my character is gonna wear a self-imposed uniform. I kind of have it already in my head how what he's gonna wear. I see him with a short tie, and I see him with a button-up shirt with short sleeves. All right, all right. So here we go. We have two more, and then we're gonna be done. It's hard for me with an elephant, but maybe for you, hair. Hair. So we have hair and we have that could be texture, length, color. So is it blonde? Is it none? Are they bald? Is the hair thin? Is the hair black? Is the hair brown? Is the hair shoulder length? Is the hair short, buzz cut? How is the hair? Is it curly? Is it straight? Think about, remember, you could use more than one of these. Is it multicolored? Imagine my elephant, George, with multicolored hair. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. So go ahead, write the word hair and give me one or two or even more words that describe their hair. Excellent. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna write, I didn't write it here, but my character, my elephant George in his 40s is gonna have thinning hair, meaning it's gonna not look like it's very much. And I think it's gonna be blonde. So it'll be a gray elephant with thinning blonde hair. That's gonna be um my elephant's hairstyle. And the last one we're gonna do some eyes. We're gonna have some eyes here. And then you could put the shape. Sometimes there's like almond shape. There's like it's a little more narrow, I think, kind of like that. Sometimes it could be more oval shaped, like the eyes can be more like that. It could be round eye, like super round, like circular, like this. They could be blue, and it's a fictional character. They could be purple eyes. They could be shiny eyes, diamond eyes, whatever you want, right? Purple eyes, hazel, like a type of greenish brown, hazel eyes. There's all kinds of things you could do in terms of eyes. They could be squinty, they kind of squinty eyes. They could be all kinds, black eyes. So go ahead, write the word eyes and pick one or two of these or your own and tell me what kind of eyes the character has. Okay, go ahead. That was a pause, by the way. Okay, so I'm gonna put my character is gonna have hazel, like greenish brown eyes, and they're gonna be almond shaped. All right, so now that I'm done with this, I want a picture of my character. I am not the artist, but I'm still gonna draw my picture. My picture, here's George, he's an elephant. He's an elephant. He has thinning blonde hair. Here's the trunk. And here's his almond eyes. Here's his almond eyes. He likes to wear a self-imposed uniform. So here's his tie. And here's his button-down shirt. And he's kind of a chunky build because after all, he is an elephant. And here's some elephant teeth. And he's there. This is my character. This is my character. Okay. And I'm going to name my character. This is the shirt. I'm going to name my character George McTrunk. I'm going to name my character George McTrunk. You go ahead, look at all that you've decided and draw your character and give it a name. Go ahead. Perfect. So now what you're going to do, you're going to take this and you're going to upload it to Google Classroom or wherever your teacher wants you to upload it or correct or collect it. On your way to doing that, if there's other kids in your physical classroom or in your Zoom room, why don't you tell them about your character? So if I were to tell you about George, I'd say, this is my character, George McTrunk. He's an elephant. He has blonde thinning hair. He's in his mid 40s. He has almond eyes. He's kind of chunky, fluffy body because he is an elephant after all. And he wears a uniform. This is his little tie and button down shirt. So why don't you, before you turn this in, out loud, tell the group if you're in a group. If not, at home, say it out loud by yourself. Tell us about your character. Perfect. See you next time on the fabulous ELD Virtual Academy channel. Bye-bye.